You know that feeling when someone betrays you and you think you'll never get closure? Well, mine came faster and harder than I ever expected. And trust me, you're going to want to hear how this ended. Hey everyone, I'm Alex. And this is a story I posted on Reddit a few months ago that completely blew up. I never expected it to get attention, but I think a lot of people saw themselves somewhere in it. If you've ever been lied to, blindsided, or made to feel like you're not enough, then yeah, this one might hit home. So let me take you back to last year. I was living in Denver, Colorado, working as a graphic designer downtown and dating my boyfriend, Evan, for almost 3 years. We weren't perfect, but I really thought we had something solid. You know that feeling where you can picture a future, a shared apartment, maybe a dog, holidays together? That was us, or at least I thought it was. Evan worked in tech. I wear all birds and drink cold brew year-round. Energy, kind of pretentious sometimes, but he had a goofy side I loved. And I'll admit it, I was comfortably blind. And comfort can be dangerous. Now, here's where everything starts to shift. He started getting home later. He started guarding his phone like it was a nuclear launch device. He stopped reaching for my hand in public. But the kicker? He suddenly became overly nice, buying me coffee, cleaning the kitchen, complimenting me constantly. People say cheating partners either get cold or overly sweet. Mine chose the let me butter you up route, but I still tried to rationalize everything. He's stressed at work. He's tired. I'm sure it's nothing. Because when you love someone, your brain protects them even when it shouldn't. One Friday night, he told me he had a team hangout at a bar in Lodo. Usually I'd go with him, but he insisted it was just co-workers and would be boring. Something tugged at me, not suspicion, more like a pit in my stomach, but I let him go. And then came the moment I still replay sometimes. My friend Maya texted me a photo. No caption, just a photo. It was Evan. At the same bar he said he'd be at, but he wasn't with coworkers. He was with a woman sitting way too close. Her legs crossed toward him, her hand on his arm, his smile way too soft. The world didn't explode. It didn't shatter. It just went quiet, like my brain muted everything. So I could think clearly for the first time in months. I didn't storm over there. I didn't cry. I observed. I zoomed in on the picture. The woman had a tattoo of a crescent moon on her wrist, big hoop earrings, a bright red dress. I saved the picture, and I waited. He got home late, like 1 a.m., reeked of whiskey and fake confidence. And he climbed into bed, kissed my forehead, and whispered, "Missed you." And I just stared at the ceiling, silent, awake, processing everything. The next morning, I made pancakes. I don't know why, but betrayal tastes easier with comfort food. I sat him down and calmly asked, "Hey, who's the woman you were with last night?" His fork literally froze halfway to his mouth. He tried everything. "I don't know her. She's a coworker's friend." "You're being dramatic. You're really going to ruin breakfast over a misunderstanding?" Then I pulled out my phone, turned it around, and slid the picture toward him like a court exhibit. He went silent. Then he said the line that made me lose whatever was left of my patience. "Alex, why were you spying on me?" I laughed, like an actual laugh, that bitter kind that escapes before you can stop it. I wasn't spying Evan. The world just isn't as private as you think. He got angry, told me it wasn't what it looked like, but I'd heard that one too many times in life to fall for it again. And right there, with syrup on the table and pancakes getting cold, I told him to pack a bag. He tried to fight it, tried to guilt me, tried to bargain, but I was done. Now, here's where life got unexpectedly poetic. About 3 weeks after he moved out, I got a message request on Instagram. It was from her, the woman from the bar. Her name was Lana. She started the message with, "Hey, you don't know me, but I think I owe you something." I clicked it, expecting hostility. Instead, she apologized, said she had no idea Evan had a girlfriend. Apparently, he told her he was single, living alone, emotionally unavailable, which is hilarious considering he was usually emotionally available only when he wanted something. She sent me screenshots, texts of him flirting, asking her out, telling her he felt a spark. And then she dropped the bomb. He had taken her out multiple times. Multiple. Not just that night. I thanked her, genuinely, because she wasn't the villain. He was. But this is where the universe started folding in on him. Evan tried making things official with her after I kicked him out. Except she wasn't interested anymore. She knew too much. She told him, "I don't date liars." And she blocked him. Remember how he worked in tech? Well, his big project, a pitch he'd been hyping up for months, got reassigned. Not because of me, not because of drama, because he was distracted, late to meetings, sloppy with deadlines, mentally spiraling. A mutual co-worker of his, who I knew through Maya, told me he'd been coming to work looking like he hadn't slept in days. Apparently, he told people, "I messed up the best thing in my life." And honestly, as much as part of me wanted to be smug, another part of me felt weirdly sad. Not because I wanted him back, God, no, but because betrayal doesn't just hit the person betrayed. It ricochets. About a month later, I went to Union Station to meet Maya for brunch. I'm walking past the coffee shop inside, and I see him, Evan, sitting alone, head in his hands, staring at his phone like he was waiting for a message he knew wasn't coming. He didn't see me, but I watched him for a second, and in that one moment I realized I didn't feel anger. I didn't feel sadness. I didn't feel longing. I felt peace, because he wasn't my problem anymore. He was living in the aftermath of his own choices. And I was free. What happened to the affair partner? Oh, she got her closure too. Turns out she had been seeing someone casually at the time, a guy named Reese. When he found out she'd been seeing Evan behind his back, even if she didn't know Evan was taken, he cut things off with her too. Not in a cruel way, just distance. She told me in one message that losing both guys made her rethink who she gives her time to. She felt embarrassed, heartbroken, disappointed in herself for not seeing the signs. But she also said she learned from it deeply, and she went to therapy for a while to deal with the guilt. So, yeah, neither of them walked away unscathed. Fast forward to today. I'm living in a new apartment in Capitol Hill. I adopted a dog, and I'm finally putting myself first. And Evan, last I heard, he moved back home with his parents in Fort Collins for a while. He unfollowed me on everything, which is honestly the best gift he could have given me. No more half-hearted apologies. No more mixed signals. No more pretending. Lana and I occasionally like each other's posts. We're not friends, but there's mutual respect. We both survived the same storm, just from different angles. The world doesn't always give you poetic endings, but sometimes life answers the questions you were too scared to ask. And in my case, the answer was simple. People show you who they are, and eventually life shows them too. Thanks for listening to my story. Please like and subscribe for more videos. Help me grow my channel.